Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday, week 5. Welcome to week 5, Discipline Week, you guys. Discipline Week. This week is going to be a whole lot of fun for us, let me tell you. In all honesty, it really is. It is going to be fun. It is a week where we are going to be focusing on putting into practice what we've been learning. And we're going to be focusing on making ourselves do the things. It's going to be all about that, making yourself do the things that you need to do. Most importantly, it's going to be about making yourself do the things that you say you're going to do. We're going to be focusing a lot this week on your dang day sheets. Babe, everyone's saying no sound. Can anyone hear me at all? He's got sound. Tracy, make sure you're turned up, honey. Can anyone else hear us? Let's check this real quick because I don't want to keep going if nobody can hear. Oh, I can hear me behind. I can hear. All right, Tracy, make sure your sound is up. And yeah, you might have to get out and restart and see if that'll bring the sound back. Sometimes, Okay. So yeah, this week we're talking about discipline. We're going to be focusing on doing the things that we say we're going to do. Babe, you got to turn that down. I can hear myself in there. So we're going to be focusing on doing the things we say we're going to do. We're going to be focusing on planning our day, planning our life, planning our week, especially this week, you guys. Especially this week with all the potential crazy things that we have going on, or potentially have going on. I want us to focus on planning as much as we can, over the next 7 days. We got a lot going on, right? Lots of events, lots of Christmas celebrations, lots of holiday things, whatever you got going on. We have to plan it. We have to be intentional. We have to know what we're going to do and not leave it up to how we're feeling in the moment, you guys, because as we go through Discipline Week, something that's going to be said a lot is it's all about discipline. It's not about motivation, because motivation is fleeting and motivation is linked to feelings, and we can't link our feelings to our actions, right? Because we won't get much done unless we're feeling like it. How often are we feeling like it? Not very often. So it's doing it anyway. Even when we don't feel like it, right? Even when we don't want to, for some reason, we don't want to sit down and write out our day sheet. There's some of you I know who are still not doing this. I'm talking right at y'all right now. Plan your life. Take control of it. This is the very best thing you can do for yourself. The simplest thing you can do for yourself is plan your day. Honestly, whether it's for your health goals, whether it's for your mental health, whether it's just for your knowing what's going on in your life or needing to feel more control of your life, plan your day. And that's going to be part of your homework all week long. Is plan your day, send it to me for accountability. I want you guys to get in the habit of this, Progress is like repeating a productive behavior. I promise you, planning your day is going to be a productive behavior for you. I promise you it will. If you can come to me at the end of this and be like, planning my day really didn't help me. I will eat crow for sure, but I don't expect that because I know it does, right? So today we are diving into self-discipline. This is the discipline that we have over ourselves, physically over ourselves, right? Where we have control to make ourselves do the things we need to do, right? If you're sitting on the couch and you need to get up and clean, discipline is that action of saying, okay, get up now and clean. And you doing it, you listening to yourself, you obeying yourself. It literally is, you guys, like raising up a kid, raising up a toddler. Like, and here's the deal, you have to consistently make yourself do that. That's why I've got you planning your days. Plan it and do everything on it. No excuses. Don't put anything on it that you know you're not going to do. Don't put anything on it that you know you're not going to eat. Plan your day exactly what you expect to do, pushing towards your goals, right? It's just like with a toddler. Like, okay, it's time to do this. Oh, 5 more minutes. No, honey. I said after I watched this episode, I was going to get up and do my movement, or I was going to get up and do this. It's not 5 more minutes. It's I do what I say I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it right now. So it's that discipline of immediately taking the action that you need over yourself to get it done. To get it done, because nothing will get done if you don't. If you have a habit of procrastinating and putting things off and not wanting to start and the fear of starting, this is not going to get better for you until you take control of it. It's going to continue to consume the areas of your life, you know? It really is. No matter what you've got going on, whether it's anxiety and depression, whether it's you literally just can't plan, you don't know what's going on. You know, I know some of us struggle with like ADD, ADHD symptoms and things like that. And it's hard. Here's the deal. We have to find some way to navigate all the things in our life, regardless of what's going on, regardless of what we have, regardless of what we're struggling with. We still have to show up for ourselves in that season the very best we can. We can't take less care of ourselves when we need more care, right? The discipline is what's going to keep you doing those things. This is what I'm doing today, period. Regardless what comes in, regardless if you get a flat tire, regardless if a kid comes home sick from school, regardless if your boss is, riding you all day, I don't care. It's on your plan. You do it for you. It's the best thing you can do for yourself is show up for yourself and show that you have the discipline. You are slowly building trust. You are slowly building discipline. You are slowly building that internal belief system in yourself that if I say I'm going to do it and I put my intentions towards it, I can do it. You need that belief. Trust me, this is the easiest way to get it. This is the easiest way to get it. Not unrealistic expectations being set every day of things you hope to get done, but doing the things you say you're going to do every day for you, right? No matter what. Okay, so self-discipline, the ability to control one's actions and weaknesses, the ability to pursue what you think is right despite temptations to abandon it. Discipline is like a muscle. It can be built. It is. You have to build on it. You can't go from not having a lot of discipline. Like when I started my journey, you guys, I was one of the most undisciplined people, honestly. Like I had no discipline in any area of my life. I was just chaos and impulsive. So starting from there, I couldn't go, although I tried many times. That's why I failed 8 times. I couldn't go from this undisciplined person to this extremely disciplined person that can live in this restrictive state and be fine. No, because I constantly failed. Because I was constantly being pushed back down by my own mindset because I wasn't there yet. So we have to grow our discipline muscles by giving ourselves the opportunities to. Giving yourself the opportunity to push forward in your discipline. Where, you know what, if you're snacking or something, like, okay, I'm going to have 2 more and I'm going to stop. That simple thing, I'm going to have 2 more and then I'm going to stop. It's a big deal, you guys, of actually having 2 more and stopping. It might sound stupid. It might sound silly. It might sound very small. Do you know what? Those are small little plus signs all throughout your calendar that are going to add up all through the year of you telling yourself when enough is enough, right? I'm going to have 1 more bite and I'm going to stop. You're controlling your actions, right? I'm going to hit snooze 1 time and then I'm going to get up. Or I'm not going to hit snooze at all. I'm going to get up when my alarm is on, right? I'm going to watch 1 episode and then I'm going to go and I'm going to get my 20-minute tidy done or whatever. Like, discipline yourself. Setting limits, not restriction, you guys. Limits. Everything needs to be limited. You can't have as much as you want of anything, right? You can't. Everything needs limits. Everything needs boundaries. Set limits for yourself and hit them. Go to them, especially in your nutrition with your caloric intake. Make sure that you're eating enough food. Make sure you're eating enough food. Someone needs to hear that. Eat enough food. So discipline is a muscle. You have the tools to grow on it. Absolutely. I'm giving as many to you as I can. But it's doing what you say, you guys, no matter what. No matter what. And here's the deal. As you're setting your goals for yourself for the week, what are they? What do you need to do? Not this extreme nuts stuff that you're like, I gotta be the very best I can in every single aspect of my life. No, honey. What are your goals for yourself this week that are going to push you closer to where you want to be? What are those? We're working towards that. How much water are you going to drink today? I try, my goal is 80 to 100 ounces. Good Lord, this lately has not been very bueno. So I'm trying to push it this week. How many ounces of water are you going to drink? You should know that. You can't just leave it up to, I'm just going to drink so much, whatever. No, how many? Know that. Track that. Get your little cup that has your ounces on it and fill it up a couple times so you know exactly how much water you got coming in, right? If you're going to drink 50 ounces, you don't go to bed tonight until you drink 50 ounces because you wrote it down and you do it because you said you would. Period. Don't write it down if you're not going to do it. But I'll tell you what, if you don't write it down, nothing's going to happen. You will not reach these goals if you're not pushing towards them actively. And actively means planning it. This is the biggest discipline you can do for yourself, you guys, is planning your day. We're trying to make it easier. We're coming with some resources where we can all be in one place, like the journal, the day sheet, everything in one place. It's coming. Oh, but right now, it doesn't matter. In any notebook, in anything, plan your day. Plan it, you guys. When you feel in control and organized, it makes this journey so much easier, especially with the discipline, because you can't rely on the motivation. You can't rely on when you're going to feel like it. I have had some of you guys with me for 20-something weeks now. Good Lord, I don't even know how. Almost whatever times 5 is, 30 almost. Shoot, almost 30 weeks. Is that right? Good Lord. You know the discipline. As you feel more organized and as you are taking care and taking control of that is going to be that's been one of the most important things that you've seen from your results. I know I've talked to all of you. The planning and having an idea and thinking about it and making active choices is what's helping the most, right? You have to rely on that for yourself and then celebrate when you do the things you say you're going to do. Like every day you should have a big old gold star on your thing of like, yep, I did exactly what I said I was going to do today. Build on that, you guys. I know it sounds silly, but the more you do it, the more you're like, I trust myself, like I do. I can set a goal and I can meet it. I can do that because I've simplified it in my mind. I've simplified the discipline it's going to take as well. You know what I mean? So I'm going to give you guys some of the benefits of self-discipline. Some obvious things, but some of you just need to hear this, right? The benefits of self-discipline, the benefits of being able to be in control of yourself, do the things you say you're going to do, and all that. And this is what I've got you working towards, the discipline of planning your life, okay? So this is going to be some of the benefits of that, of planning your life, right? Benefits of it is decreases anxiety because you're aware of what you're doing. You have an idea. You are ahead of your day. You're not trailing behind it, trying to catch up with it, right? From the second you wake up, you know what you need to do. You know what you're going to eat today. You know what's going on with the kids. You know what's going on with your whatever's going on. You've thought about it. You've planned it, you guys. It takes away so much of the guessing, so much of the stress, so much of the anxiety, so much of the overwhelm of oh my God, and then you get to dinner time, you're like, what are we having for dinner? Nobody planned that. You plan it. That's the only thing that's going to make it better is planning it. And you guys, it takes away so much of that stress. It does. It decreases that anxiety and that stress and overwhelm in your life. It increases your ability to achieve your long term goals, and it helps you get to them faster. And it helps you get to them faster and it helps you meet them because you're not wasting your time. This is where I like to bring in the my hamster wheel analogy of like when you're on like a journey or whatever, you're like spinning your wheels, you're doing the best you can. You know, you're gaining and losing the same like 5 pounds or whatever. You're on and off, on and off, on and off. That's where you're on a hamster wheel, right? You're doing a lot when you're trying, but you're just spinning your wheels because most of your year looks like not, right? You've wasted a lot of time being off, being busy, being distracted, being there, being whatever. We've all done it. We have all done this, right? Where we are not the focus of us, and it's okay, but we still have to do the best we can for ourselves, right? So in that case, you're on your hamster wheel, and you're just spinning your wheels, spinning your wheels. You're putting a lot of effort in when it's time, right? But you're not really getting anywhere. And it's exhausting and it's frustrating and you're like, why am I doing this? So when you're doing this, I like to take you out of the wheel and now you're in a ball. We click in your hamster ball. You're protected in there from all the nouns, all the people, places, and things. You're protected in there. You're meeting your goals, but you're spinning and you're moving and you're doing all the things, but you're also going places in the meantime. This is like navigating, I know it's so stupid. This is like navigating your journey. You're in there. When you're in the tribe, when you're working towards your goals, you're in your hamster ball. You're going toward your goals. You're able to navigate. You're able to stay kind of protected. You got your little barrier of like, no, this is what I'm focusing on. This is what I'm focusing on. And it's a good reminder. It's a good place to establish discipline for yourself. But we get to our goals faster because we are being very intentional about them. And that's all it is. That's all it is, you guys. It's as simple as that. Where I'm making you be intentional about what you're doing. And I'm keeping you focused on it. And I'm encouraging you to help keep yourself focused. Like, that's the discipline you're building of focusing on you over everything else, not putting anybody down or not shirking off all your responsibilities. It's you need to be doing this anyway, and you just maybe haven't been, and it's time to start because we can be more effective when we're happier, when we're healthier, when we can handle stress better, when we can navigate seasons better, when we can continue, or when we can overcome our overwhelm easier, when we can get in control of planning for ourselves, all of that. It makes everything better, you guys. So just keep pushing forward on that. But it gets you to your goals because you're not wasting time in a cycle or a spin-off where, when we're on our goals, there's only, I think, there's 7 weeks out of the year where you'll have like off weeks of intentional weeks, between pushes or whatever. Other than that, you're in and on your journey. You're going to get results. It's the discipline of pushing forward towards your goal and not wasting time, being unfocused. We need to find a balanced way to keep your focus on your goals because you need to meet them. And it can't just be a seasonal thing for us. If you have goals, we have to push towards them. So keep pushing towards them. Discipline yourself to do that. And because what I don't want anybody wasting their time regaining weight or anything like that because they let go of their focus. Like, keep your focus. The best thing you can do for yourself is plan your dang day. Period. So, it makes you happier. Self-discipline makes you happier. When you feel in control of yourself and when you are making good choices for yourself, like Brandon was talking last night, you guys, like he could have easily run through the drive-thru and got his lunch or whatever, but instead he went to the grocery store and he got food that he was going to do for his chili and he planned that. Like, that's self-discipline. And he was like proud of himself. Like, come on, like we have to celebrate that. Anytime that I make a better decision for myself. I celebrate it, you guys, because I struggle just like you guys do with the temptations or with the mindsets of like, oh, you can, it's convenient, you can do that, or oh, you know, it's not a big deal. No, like I have to exercise my discipline muscles often to stop myself, especially now I'm in maintenance mode. I can literally eat whatever I wanted to. And, you know, I could literally do whatever, but I know I can't. I have to be disciplined. I have to make good choices for myself because I know what happens when that mindset comes back in my life. I know what happens. And that girl gone. She ain't coming back. She did. She did. That makes us happier. It makes us happier when we can exercise that discipline over ourselves. And we need to be happy. We need to be in control of ourselves. We need to be able to tell ourselves no and mean it. We need to be able to tell ourselves yes and mean it. We need to be able to overcome the emotional manipulation that we have over ourselves, which is what we're going to be talking about on Friday. But like, and the last point on the more, I mean, there's thousands of benefits, obviously, but these are my favorite ones. You become stronger and better, not just like physically stronger, but mentally stronger, and like your integrity becomes stronger. Like showing up for yourself, you guys, there's so much power in that of doing the best you can for you. Like everyone around you is going to start noticing the difference when you become happier, when you start when you're like the number one active participant in your own life instead of just letting things happen to you and going with the flow and maybe stress and overwhelm and anxiety and all. No, like we're planning our life, we're planning our day, we're in control, we're planning our family's stuff, you know, whatever. But we become stronger in all these. Just as we exercise our discipline, it becomes stronger, it becomes easier, and it really does. I promise you, it becomes easier as you strengthen these muscles, you guys, as you strengthen the discipline of doing what you say more than not, right? It becomes so much easier to make those decisions for yourself and do the best you can for yourself. Number one, because you know how you feel when you don't, and you don't want to feel that way. We don't want to feel disappointed in ourselves. We don't want to feel like, dang it, why'd I do that? Like, we don't want to feel that. Now, listen here. That's part of the journey. We don't learn unless we struggle, okay? We don't grow unless we struggle. So here's the deal. As you're struggling, grow from it. As you're overcoming binge eating, as you're overcoming nighttime snacking, as you're messing up in these areas, the only failure is if you don't learn from it, is if you don't take inventory of how it made you feel physically, mentally, you know, emotionally, right? Learn from it, learn through and grow through every single thing you go through. Every single thing. It strengthens our discipline. It strengthens our discipline. So some lies about self-discipline that I think a lot of us might believe that we just need to kind of acknowledge of, hey, I see you, you're a lie, and you're a weed in my garden and you need to go. So we're going to do some de-weeding right now of some lies over ourselves in the area of discipline. And any of them that you can acknowledge for yourself. Any lies about your self-discipline of like things you've said over yourself, things you've done, whatever. We gotta let it go. We gotta sever it and let it go. You can do nothing about anything you've done before. Nothing. All you can do is change it from now on. That's it. That's it. Reconcile best you can and move on. Period. So some lies. I don't have self-discipline and I never will. I hear this all the time. Like I have no self-discipline. I can't do anything that I say I'm going to do. If you're saying that over yourself consistently, I bet you're right. So honestly, start speaking like more truth into this, and even more like of an affirmation of like, I am growing in my discipline. You know, every day I am working towards being in control of myself. You know, every day I am getting stronger in my discipline. Like, come up with some affirmations for yourself, like just positive things to kind of get rid of this negative crap, because it's a lie that you don't have self-discipline and you never will. It is a lie. Maybe you haven't ever exercised it well before, but you can learn. You can grow in this area, and you can have whatever lifestyle you want. Whatever you're willing to set your intentions to, you can, right? It's just a matter of settling yourself down enough and focusing on what you want to do and why. Make that connection with it and like, all right, this is what I'm doing. Got too much stuff that's in our way, got too much noise going on, right? So you don't have self-discipline, never will. Lie. You're working on it. I can't become who I want to be. Lie. You're working on it. You can become who you want to be. You can be disciplined. Trust me, you guys. I don't think anyone on here, maybe a couple of you have known me, in the last 5 years ago. If you known me 5 years ago, I am 100% different person. The self-discipline and the mental discipline and the emotional discipline that you learn as you go through this journey, and as you navigate your emotions and you just call them out of what's going on and why am I feeling this way and why am I doing this? Why am I acting this way? It changes who you are. It makes you so much stronger. It makes you so much more capable to handle things as they come up in your life, instead of panicking, right? Instead of reacting to the situations, and we've got to be able to control ourselves. We have to be able to physically control our actions no matter what. If I said I'm getting my movement in today, I don't care if it's 11:55 p.m. If I said it, I'm doing it. I have to. Otherwise, I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning and be pissed off at myself, right? Don't do that to yourself. Do the things you say you're going to do. Do the things you say you're going to do. Another lie, I'm just going to fail again. You're only failing if you're not learning and growing. That's the only failure, you guys. Mindset in this is everything. The mindset of what you come at your journey, the mindset of what you come at this discipline of you can't bring all the crap from the past into this. You can't hold all those things over yourself. I guarantee you, if I were to ask you to write down every failure that you have in your life, just write it all down. I guarantee you could sit there and write just constantly, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, I did this, oh yeah. Because we hold those over ourselves. Think back to the very first one you can remember. How long ago was that? Those things that we hold over ourselves, maybe the worst things we've ever done when we were young and stupid, that we're still holding ourselves over, right? We can do nothing about those things, you guys. We can't bring that into our journey. We can't bring those failures into our present. We do the very best we can to make peace and reconcile, but we sever it and we grow from who we are right now. You got to let it go. You got to let it go. That weight you gained, through COVID, let it go. Literally, let it go. Literally. That job you got fired from, that marriage that didn't work out, that relationship that failed, that whatever, that business that you tried and didn't work out. All those failures that we have over ourselves, we stack them against us. And it can be so crushing when we're trying to establish some discipline over ourselves of what we can and can't do. So I want to encourage you guys, let it go. There's no room for it. There's no need for it. It's not going to serve you at all. And here's the most important thing. Unless you can do something about it, you can do nothing about it, right? Breathe in that freedom. Unless you can do something about it, you can't do anything about it. Let it go. Let it go. Right now, moving on. Don't drag it. You can't go through a journey of finding and walking through freedom when you're carrying shackles and chains and balls and all this other crap behind you. Let it go. Let it go. Let's focus on our discipline of becoming who we want to be and all that, right? You're not just going to fail again, right? You're not just going to fail again. You're going to learn and grow and succeed every step of the way. Every step of the way. Start speaking those things over to yourself. That's part of that physical discipline, you guys. Speaking those things over yourself. Writing them out, right? I know it sounds silly, but saying good things about you to you helps. It really does. It really does. Call out the gold in yourself of like, what are you awesome at? Be your biggest cheerleader. Like, girl, you awesome. Oh boy, look at you. Look how good you can squat, right? Like, call all the gold out of yourself. We have to. We have to. Okay, so for homework, look at me. For homework, I want you guys to do some reflecting on your self-discipline when it comes to your actions. Where are you with this? Are you, and most importantly, what are you carrying with you into your journey? What are you carrying with you into your life right now that does not need to be there? What is it? What is it? Let it go. Let it go. Focus on the discipline of moving forward and severing it in your mind and in your body and even in your memory, you guys, of just, I can't bring this. I can't bring it with me. It's got to stay. It's got to stay. And moving on, right? So think about your discipline. Think about how you are and where you need work. Do you struggle with not doing the things you say you're going to do? Like, do you struggle with not doing your day sheets? You need to focus on what you're struggling with. Focus on what you're struggling with. So if you're still not doing well at this aspect of it, focus on that this week. Your homework is to send me your day sheets every day this week. Do not feel like you're failing if you do not. This is part of it. Send them to me. Send them to me as much as you can. Send them to me. We're working on this discipline. This is a discipline that some of you have had 0 on, right? I'm asking you to send them every day. It's a big jump. If you send them once, I'm going to still clap for you. I'm just saying, right? But you guys, we're going to go forward this week and we're going to focus on discipline. I want you doing the push every day. I posted it this morning. I want you doing the push every single day. I want you planning your day this week. Do what's on it. Eat what's on it. Drink what's on it. Move how you say you're going to move. And say no when you need to say no and mean it, right? Be intentional with your week. Be intentional with your time. Be intentional with your choices, right? Reach out with anything that you need. I'm going to come back with you guys Wednesday evening. We're going to be talking about discipline in our habits and our routine. This is going to be really good, you guys. But reach out if you need anything at all. I love you guys. Have an amazing week. Welcome to week 5. Happy Christmas week. I love you guys. Have an amazing, amazing day.